So we have an awesome show today. All right, so we get to start.
Hey.
Hi. Welcome, guys, to Passion for Purpose. My name is V. Fournier, and I have the pleasure of being here with Zoya from Prescription for Life. Today we are actually going to talk about the come from on what it takes to start a movement, and the importance of actually using your voice and actually getting into your passion and using it for purpose. So any of you guys that want to start a movement, this is definitely the show for you. So let's just go ahead and get started.
Well, first, thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming through. I've known Zoya for quite a while now, and man, from like the moment we met,
Literally.
it was literally like this passionate, inspirational like bubble around us.
Yeah.
Maybe we should just briefly go into the story about how we met, because I feel like that story is kind of cool.
Yeah, totally.
Like, essentially, Christine Morel was performing at Christine Morel is one of the artists that we work with, and she was performing at a mansion party. So I actually invited Dominique through, and Dominique invited Zoya, which is how we all met. And it was a mansion at the Hollywood Hills. So, you know.
Amazing. Immaculate view, immaculate house. Like, just the vibe was everything to set the tone for, like, us taking over the world, basically. I mean.
Right. So that was literally our first conversation. Like, how can we change the world together?
Yeah.
And, you know, it's been years since, and, you know, I'm so proud of, like, what you guys have done, and I've always just kind of watched over, even though, you know, all of us are doing our own thing, definitely, but I'm so happy now that we have headquarters, we are able to now completely work together.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and get into Prescription for Life,
Okay.
your movement.
Yes.
Tell us about Prescription for Life.
So, in short, Prescription for Life is mind, body, soul connection. And it's basically cultivated through fitness and taking a fitness goal and using that as the physical, like tangible metaphor for whatever goals you are setting for yourself, career-wise, life-wise, person-wise. You know what I mean? Like literally taking the physical act and relating it, understanding it, and using it as a confidence builder for life. It's reprogramming your life.
Yeah, right. I mean, hey, and if for those of you guys that don't know it, I guess this is us reminding you that in order to live your dreams, in order to thrive in whatever you're trying to do in life, it's all about aligning essentially your health.
Yes.
Right? Your spirit.
Yes.
And, you know, your love or
Yeah.
whatever. Everything.
Yeah.
Just aligning yourself, period. So this is very important. I get to work on my health as well, which is why I'm so excited. Zoya is here because she gets to coach me on that. So tell me how Prescription for Life came about. Like, how did you start it? Where did it come from?
Well, originally I started it just to give something beautiful to one of my best friends and her mom. Her mom was going through breast cancer for the third time, and I basically realized that she wasn't healthy and because of just being a strong person. That helped a lot, but she was recovering every time because she took the time to be mindful of herself spiritually, emotionally, physically, and mentally. You know, it was aligning all three of those aspects of the self in love, you know, taking the time to love on herself and make sure that she was eating well, exercising, and just praising, you know, worshiping, celebrating life, figuring out how to thrive again instead of just surviving, you know. And I related to that because I was in a space of figuring out who I was after gymnastics, after losing gymnastics is what it felt like. Feeling like it was like literally ripped away from me after my 8th concussion. Had to withdraw from school twice,
Yeah, because you were like this huge gymnastics person. You said top 10 in the nation, right?
Yeah.
Like that's insane.
Yeah, I was an elite level gymnast, and I was like top 3 in the nation, and could have gone anywhere I wanted. Chose UNC because of the culture of excellence, because it was going to grow me as a person, not just an athlete. And that experience, gave me the tools to be able to navigate this new coming into self. It gave me the chance to go to therapy, heal myself, understand that like a lot of my childhood traumas were why I ended up using gymnastics as a drug, basically, instead of being able to see it as an outlet. It was my control mechanism. Like I had been through rape, molestation, I had been through emotional traumas, I had been through a lot of things at a very young age, like probably since I could remember, that I just poured that anger and frustration and like all these negative emotions into being my best self in the gym and into being my most intelligent self at school, basically finding value in the things that I could do. And so when gymnastics was taken away, I felt like I had no more control. I felt like I was drowning, in this thing called life. But then I was able to see myself in her struggle. I was able to see myself thriving again in her thriving again. So like her finding her light, her being a light inspired me to be my best self, and inspired me to create just a piece of art that it turned into the movement, basically. It was, and that's it, like creating. Like that's how you live your best life, is figuring out how can I create out of a place of just genuine self. How can I basically spread this love that I have to give, that I'm seeking? How can I become this love that I have to give, that I'm seeking? And that led me to be empowered within myself. And so I believe that I can take this like lifestyle programming resource to inspire the fire in other people, because my whole thing is empowerment. You know what I mean? Understanding that we all have these unique gifts, and cultivating them is how we live our best lives, is how we thrive, is how we get from a place of just surviving and just living to thriving. That is how you truly live life, right? You figure out, how can I be my best self? And like, this is it. This is the resource that alerts you to the process of that coming into self.
Yeah, definitely. I do want to touch upon the fact that how important it is to just really take yourself and really being able to self-reflect even in your worst times. I mean, like you said, you were so heartbroken, but something beautiful came out of it. And it was really because you were focusing out. So really understanding that power, guys, like this is why we say passion for purpose. You will literally be able to live your passion, be able to figure out what your purpose is by actually just focusing out and being in contribution. So I really love that come from, and that story of how you started it. So from there, now what's going on with Prescription for Life?
So from there, it was like, okay, how? How do I do this big thing and whatever. But then you realize you are already doing that. You've already lived a life that kind of validates you, or you've already experienced things that kind of validates you being able to share your story. You know what I mean? And essentially that's all it is me being myself out loud, me being myself with other people, me sharing myself with other people, and the facets of myself that other people need to hear. So like basically I'm a gymnastics coach by day, a model, a host, and just a fitness coach in general. So I take the programming from my little elite athletes who are anywhere from 4 to 18. And I apply that to the Balanced Basics course for these adults. They set a goal, like a physical goal. Like my one client who's a singer, her name is Nelijah, she's amazing. When we first started out, she set a goal of doing a handstand. And so we took that physical goal and again related it to her career goals, personal goals, just betterment goals, and used all these drills for the physical manifestation to relate to the emotional, spiritual, and mental manifestations that she was trying to overcome. And so it's just gross.
Yeah, okay, so can you explain kind of how does the physicality go into, like you said, the emotional and mentality?
How about the most basic thing is just you're overcoming fear constantly.
Yes. Yes. I know I can't do a handstand. In fact, I don't even want to try. But from what she's saying, maybe next time on the show I'll do a handstand with her. We're not set up for it. Excuses. But yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's really being able to face fears.
Yeah, consistently, and like with more and more confidence, and like taking, like I said, those drills and using the success of those drills to build upon the confidence that you have from your other drills, and like understanding that, oh, I'm here now. I've never done this, but yes, you have. You did all the drills that got you to this point. So now do what you did better so that you're confident on this level, enough so that you get to the next level. You understand? It's like a consistent, just you're building your momentum.
Yeah.
You're consistently building that positive, affirming momentum that not only makes you see that you can, it makes you feel that you can. And that's the most important thing, because like someone can tell you all day that something is true, but until you feel it within yourself and understand that feeling, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It'll be iffy. It'll be spotty. You know what I mean? So think about the fact that like you're gaining that confidence because of how you feel.
Right.
Then you're compounding that confidence with the fact that you're doing it right. You're doing it in a way that you're protecting yourself, and you're doing it in a way that it's going to start here, but it's going to become that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just a continuous motion or experience of like building on your momentum. And when you understand it from a place of mind, body, and soul, you're not just getting the physical rewards, you're getting the mental and emotional ones too.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like I get to see it every day too with my little kids. Like,
yeah, working with kids is phenomenal. My favorite. No offense to the adults, but
it's everything.
They're blank canvases.
They are.
So passionate about life and
then knowing too that you're making a positive impact on them, and I say all the time, like I get to basically create superheroes, cultivate superheroes, like, and that's how I felt the first time I saw Dominique Dawes on TV. I was like, I want to be that. She's flying. She's literally flying through the air and like, oh, making it look pretty. Like, I want to be that. And so that just goes back to the efficacy that this program passively builds as well. Because what you get is older girls who understand their value. Mm-hmm. Older girls who understand what their value connected to this, positive, culture means, and understanding themselves and how valuable they are to this society, basically. Mm-hmm. So they're carrying themselves a certain way, right? And that reflects a certain way. That makes them project a certain way. Yes. And so now they have these little kids looking up to that and wanting to be that. You understand? It's like, it's literally a cultivation, a constant cultivation of positivity, love, and confidence. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this is empowerment. This is efficacy. Yeah. This is how you build long-lasting legacy that changes the world.
Yes.
Yes.
1,000%. So, I mean, okay, so let's get into kind of the importance of coaching, because, there's a lot of people that don't understand the necessity of a coach. So currently, Tribe Unity, we work with a lot of different business coaches, passion coaches for the entertainment industry side. And then, obviously we know about sports coaches, but yeah, just what is your take on like the importance of having that support from a coach?
It's everything, especially for our generation. Yeah. Because I feel like our generation understands the power of healing, and our generation understands the power of healing the self first. And so the more people in our generation who can get into this mentality of cultivating the best self in order to project that and cultivate, circles of that, the more kids will have who understand that too. So for those of us who would consider ourselves broken or would consider ourselves to have had a hard life, understanding the power of healing the self in order to be the best self and in order to like cultivate more best selves is how, again, we save the world.
Yeah. 1,000%.
Yeah, we need more people who understand that like being my best encourages you to be your best, and being my best in a way that other people can receive is that much more important, because there's so many coaches out there. There's so many people who call themselves motivational speaker, whatever. Most of them aren't doing anything outside of their words, and then another percentage of them are not understanding the power that they have. So they're gaining all these followings based on what they can give and what that person can get out, but not so much on just seeking to give. You know what I mean? Just seeking to be there and love on and cultivate and, build up these people just because it feels good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We need more people who are like, who understand the power of connecting emotional intelligence with logic.
Yes, definitely.
So when we get more coaches in all of the fields, who understand that, the importance of that, and the importance of not saying just this, that, if this, then that, if this, then that, because it felt this way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Understanding that your feelings and how a thing feels is actually how you beget the most understanding of a thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We need more of that, and especially in today's day and age when there's like such an imbalance of like masculinity and like greed and
Definitely. I mean, look, personally, I have coaches as well. I don't have a physical coach yet, hence the reason why Zoya's here. But I definitely have, coaches that really help me with my business, because coaches see what you can't see. They push you further than what you could push yourselves.
yes.
So, I do invest in making sure that I am, being, I guess, watched over and being supported in that way. So I believe that's super important. And
Yes.
I mean, I do. I love the coaching world. Personally, I'm a passion coach as well. But, even my coach has a coach. Like I said.
Every coach needs a coach.
Yeah.
I literally wrote that out in a caption yesterday.
Yeah.
Every coach needs a coach, and I wrote it out in a caption because I was reflecting on a journal entry about that. And it's like essentially like everybody needs somebody who alerts them to their greatest potential in a way that they can receive it and not be guarded against it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because everyone can tell you all day, oh, you're phenomenal, this is what you need to get.
Right.
This is what you need to do to get there. But if they're saying it to you in a way that makes you shut down, or in a way that makes you program like a bad habit or program anything negative, eventually you're going to erode that, because you yourself are a positive being. Like you at your core seek nothing but love and seek nothing but to be that love. So all that negative stuff, it always ends up just corroding you and like making life so much harder than it has to be. So like when it is positive, when it is right, you connect to it.
Yes.
Right? Like
yes.
There's someone for everyone in every sense of it.
Exactly. And that's why, competition for me is just for fun.
Yes.
And
it should be.
Especially I've been working in the entertainment industry. There's a lot of ego that kind of, gets in the way. And now that I work with a whole bunch of motivational coaches, I really allow people to know that, yes, there is definitely a perfect coach for a perfect person. We have, 4 billion people in the world. 7? Okay. So I don't know my facts. 7 billion. She knows. That's why she has my back. So let's get back into kind of like creating a movement.
Yeah.
Because I know that's like kind of like what you're about. I know you are also in another group called Ihunanya.
Yes.
With Dominique. Shout out to Dominique.
Shout out to Dom.
If your ass is watching, we will actually have her here next week. So yeah, let's kind of talk about what it takes to kind of build momentum or a movement behind this passion that you have, and kind of like what it's taking from you. Because I mean, I really enjoy like your Instagram posts. Oh my gosh, so inspirational. By the way, if you guys are not following her yet, make sure you follow her at
Zoya Yaseka. It's ZoyaYaseka.
Okay, and I'll make sure in our YouTube video we go ahead and put it on the bottom so you guys can follow her, because seriously, it's so inspirational.
I appreciate
Are you
that.
working on a book? Because
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
Tell me about this book really quick. I know we were going to go into movement, but I have to know about this book.
Well, actually, first, I've partnered with a stationery company to do these like little inspirational quote packages. Yeah, because oh my God, it's the best story ever. 2 of my kids I give them quotes like that, just, like it's how I talk.
Yeah,
And
yeah, definitely. I see that.
So they literally took my quotes, put them on little place cards, laminated them, and put them in a jar for me, like as a going away present. Like, and then, yeah, they're so fucking cute, man. Oh, sorry, it's okay. And then the same thing happened again at the second gym that I coached at before I came out here. And so then when I got hit up with this opportunity to partner with this company, I was like, how? Like, she's just like, I really want you to do these quotes. And I was like, wow. You know what I mean? Like, I literally have the template already. It is how I speak. It is like my posts, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of perfect.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. But this book is basically expounding on those quotes, expounding on the experiences attached to those quotes, and allowing people into my experience.
Yeah.
I believe that I was put here to be an example. You know what I mean? So everything I do, I seek to do it in a way that makes you feel like you can too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, that's actually something that I recently kind of just had an aha moment. I mean, yeah, I've really been helping people for 8 years now and like living their passions. But I personally, 2 years ago, I was taking on this mindset of like, I have to have everything together. But now I'm out more, as you can see, I'm doing more videos. Because yes, our experiences and how we reflect on it, people can relate to, and then they in return can learn from it and self-reflect as well. Yeah. So that's super important. I love that. I cannot wait. So when are you going to release this? Because it's so awesome.
I'm hoping that the quote series will have that. It's by Lunar Moon Co., by the way. I'm hoping that will be done sometime this summer.
Yeah.
And then I want to take my time with the book.
Hey,
I want to take my time with the book.
Okay,
yeah.
Get it. I mean, the fact that you just did it, I think it's a phenomenal idea, and I think it's awesome. I love the whole the stationery stuff because, and what I love about that story actually is the fact that, guys, if you want to start a business or like really live your passion for purpose, allow it to happen.
Right. Right.
Yeah, because some things just randomly happen and all of a sudden,
it
bam,
makes sense.
It's a business, and it's like, man, I've been doing it this whole entire time. So it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like I said, everything that is within us creates us, or not all of our experiences, our talents, creates us to exactly who we are, so that way we can live out our purpose. And that's kind of how like our passion comes about. So we have like a few minutes left. Is there any, I guess, like advice you can give to people?
I think you touched on it.
Okay.
Allow it. Allow it. Just allow yourself to be everything that you're seeking. That's how you attract it. You cannot attract just with words. You attract with that literal vibration that you're putting out, So until you can feel it, you can't achieve it.
And that's how you seriously create movements. Seriously. Right? So
be it.
Yes, be it. Okay, wait. So let me ask one more question before we end. this past week,
Yes.
what is that one thing that you learned for yourself, or that you kind of reminded yourself, I guess, that, what was your breakthrough, I guess, this week?
Dagnabbit. That was good. That was a good correction. Actually, I have... Dang it. I wish you had prepped me for this one.
Well, look, I will give a breakthrough. Personally, my breakthrough has been about just focusing on your vision. Life happens. Life's you all the time. And, more responsibilities you have, the more responsibilities you have. So personally, I get some turmoil sometimes because I'm only human. So my breakthrough this week was definitely just focusing on the bigger picture and just, once again, allowing things to just happen, taking a breath and saying, you know what, I am exactly where I need to be.
Exactly. Look at that.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Thanks.
Yes. I would, just to expound on that, like, ultimately, you've been here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you have been through things that validate why you're here. So as long as you can take the time to reflect in the moments, after the moments, whatever, as long as you can take the time to reflect on your hows, then you can reaffirm your whys, and then you can better understand, again, your how, and just do. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Be that. Allow that. Yeah.
Yes, I love that.
Yes.
Thank you. That was great. I love that. All right, guys. So tell them where they can find you. So as a coach, as a friend, as a part of the movement, how can they find you?
Okay, to join the movement, follow us on Prescription for Life. I think it's prescription.forlife on Instagram. And then to follow me, it's Zoya Yaseka on Instagram, on Facebook, and on Twitter.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And we will have you back here next week with Dominique to talk about Ihinanya. And then we have an exciting news, which I won't talk about till that day next week on Tuesday? Wednesday next week at 11:30 a.m. Next Wednesday, we are going to go live with Dominique and Zoya. And by then, you guys will have your logos on the Tribunity wall.
Well, I mean...
Which I'm super excited about. Just so you guys know, we are looking for tribes out there, movements out there to just unite with. Tribunity is all about uniting tribes. In order to succeed, like I said, it's all about using your passion for purpose. So however we can support you, we would love to have you here at the production studio. Once again, shout out to Jeb Films for making this a professional production. Other than that, make sure you guys follow us at Tribunity on Facebook and Instagram. I am V Fournier. You can follow me at The Real VFUNE. Other than that, that's it.
Thank you.
Cool. Thank you so much for tuning in.